and welcome to the second session for our Kumustahan ng BSN Seniors pre-boarding week program of the College of Nursing Level 4. Okay, if yesterday we talked about technical run-through, so for this session, we are going to have our course orientation and schedule. So please listen carefully because I'm going to discuss important concerns about your courses that you are taking for of course, this semester. So first and foremost, let us discuss something about the NCM 106 component. So guys, I know in addition to some of the general education subjects, you are enrolled to NCM 106 components. So let's take a look at the NCM 106 components. So I will be your clinical coordinator for NCM 106 or 107. I'm handling the senior years for the College of Nursing of our university. And in terms of your clinical instructors and faculty, so we will be having the following. So we have um, Ma'am Sylvia Lopez, Ma'am Sharon Cahayon, Ma'am Evangeline Orata, and Ma'am Vilma Miguel, Ma'am Vanessa Umali, Ma'am Josol Roque, and Jennifer Carula, and of course, Ma'am Carol Santiago. So please turn on your videos, clinical instructors. So say hi to our students for NCM 106 cohort. Okay, so good morning. Okay, nag-breakfast na ba kayo? Nag-breakfast na ba? Okay, so breakfast na ba? Nag-breakfast na ba? Okay, very good. So ako din, coffee and pandesal. Okay, for this morning. Okay, so these instructors will be collaboratively teaching NCM 106 courses. Okay, so if we can take a look at the several courses under NCM 106. Okay, so basically we have two sections for NCM 106 for this semester. And nursing research 2 will be handled by Assistant Professor Cahayon. Okay? Hello? Hello? Hello, Sir Willie. Okay. Sir Willie crossing at the back. No problem. Okay. Kumusta si Sir Willie? Okay. Okay. So professional adjustment and management will be handled by Ma'am Josul Roque. Okay, acute biologic crisis will be handled by, of course, Carol Santiago. Is Carol there? Not yet?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, so we have nursing oncology will be handled by Ma'am Vanessa Umali. And we have OBCL1, which will be handled by a lot of faculty members, including Ma'am Sharon Cahayon and Ma'am Vanji Orata. And for NELEC 2, it will be handled by Dr. Jennifer Carula. So at this point, let us hear some words from your clinical instructors and faculty members on some of the important items that you need to consider for each of the courses. Okay, for nursing research 2, Ma'am On, so are they going to retain their previous groupings?
Okay, good morning, NURES 2 and NCM 106. So nursing research 2 is comprises of review on research 1 to 3. So all the manuscript that you've been doing, okay, still revising, I know, i-polish nyo yan and then you have to submit it to me. And then, of course, the content of the NURES 2 is the data collection process and the summary of findings. So all of your data will be gathered through online. So mag-i-interview kayo through online. Wala po tayong face-to-face. So for OBCL1 naman, I prepared performance tasks and activities na surprise po for every week. So we will see to it that we will make your NCM 106 and NURES 2 enjoyable this semester. Kahit po alam natin we're facing this crisis. So alam natin there's a lot of problem sa data, okay, sa internet connection, but we see to it that we will give you a lot of time para makapag-prepare for the performance task at sa activity concentrate kayo.
Okay, Ma'am Sharon Cahayon, we do understand that there are some students who, for example, na transferee, okay, for example, they are not enrolled for this semester. So are we allowing minor adjustments into the groupings of the students from Nursing Research 1?
Okay. So those students na wala pa kayong group, okay, you have to send your name with me kasi i-maintain natin kung ano yung kahit po section 1 or either section 1 or section 2 ka, you have to maintain your previous group. Di ba napag-usapan na natin from our NRES 1, yan pa rin ang group nyo for this NORES 2. For those students na failed, example, okay, at wala na po yung mga group mates nyo, okay, you have to tell me para po ma-add ko kayo or magpo-formulate tayo siguro ng another group for special for me.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ma'am Sharon. Okay, so can you tell our students what would be the output for Nursing Research 2 at the end of the semester?
Okay, for the Nursing Research 2, of course, we have our prelim period. For the prelim and midterms, you will take your exam. And for the finals, we have a virtual final defense. So, you will finish your research proposal. Dapat po, polish na po yan so that we can focus on the data collection process. We will check your questionnaire pa para po this midterm, before midterm, makapag-data gather na kayo. And then for the final period, magkakaroon tayo ng virtual presentation. So the people of the RDIC staff
Okay, so Ma'am Sharon is mentioning that the RDIC staff are serving as
the RDIC staff or the other
members.
nurse, my colleague in Edo. Yes po. So prepare for a virtual final defense. So yeah.
Okay, so that's really exciting, Ma'am Sharon. So at the end of the semester, they need to complete their scripts and hopefully we can publish it.
Yes, sir. And then of course, during the lecture, I will present you and teach you the presentation reminders para po ma-prepare nyo prior to that yung mga preparation like PowerPoint and yung manuscript natin before you do the virtual defense po.
Okay, so that's really exciting. So yes. Let's talk about professional adjustment. Since you are seniors, one of the courses that you will be taking would be professional adjustment. Okay, so Ma'am Jusul, can you tell something about professional adjustment and management?
Okay, sir. I will be teaching the leadership and management as well as professional adjustment. In these times of the pandemic, there will be a lot of goings on around us, and we start also to question whether all those things happening are in line with the ethical principles also. So the course on professional adjustment will also put into light ano ba yung importance ng profession natin and how do we ensure that this profession will be in response to the needs of the times. And we will also be able to analyze situations around us, whether meron ba tayong mga nababiolate the principles or tayo yung nababiolate, because one also of the roles of nurses is to act as advocates. So what can we do in this time? So we'll be able to support with this and also apply our leadership abilities in terms of the present situation of our country.
Okay, so professional adjustment is mainly focused on preparing our future nurses into leadership. What are the laws, right? So what are the standards that we are following in the Philippines and of course in abroad? So that's really exciting then. Okay, so for nursing oncology, so sorry for for some of the problems in terms of yung allotment, but for nursing oncology, it's Ma'am Vanessa Umali.
Yes, I think you mali yung picture and data about the. But I'll be together with the NCM 106. I'll be together with Ma'am San Diego. So your grades will be divided into 50% of acute biologic crisis and 50% of the oncologic nursing. So most of us kasi is afraid of the big C, right? So it is often taught as untreatable, painful, and no cure. But in this course, you'll be able to I'll help you, but I'll be educating you, and I hope you possess the knowledge that will help you better understand what cancer is about.
Okay. So that's really exciting. And it is in combination with acute biologic
Yeah,
crisis, which
especially
talks about critical care,
yes.
right? Okay. And especially what, Ma'am Van?
Especially nowadays kasi very stressful because of the pandemic. Yung stress is one of the
Predisposing
talagang,
factors.
yes, of cancers. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll work on that. Okay, so OBCL1, okay, OBCL1 is, of course, this is during Saturday. So Ma'am Orata and Sharon will be handling this one. Okay, can you tell something about it, Ma'am Orata?
Okay, so good day po. Regarding OBCL1, we discuss a different topic every week. And as we discuss, you should know some of the disease process, and then you should map out some courses about that disease. And then we formulate some NCP, and we formulate some even the drug study with that problem, and even the treatment modalities of that particular disease. So we tackle those things in this OBCL.
Okay, so we will be having uh, some sort of a review of some of the most important concepts from
Yes.
their first year to third year for OBCL1. And they will be producing, of course, nursing care plans for this, for them to review and
Yes.
prepare for the upcoming board, right?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay, that's good. And of course, for NCM 106 RLE, so it will be focusing on several areas such as, of course, you have your CPR, you have your ACLS. This is very much exciting. So we will practice compressions online. Okay, you're going to follow some videos while we are online. So make sure that your camera is clear enough for us to see those. And we will be also checking some of the functions of nurses in the clinical areas for NCM 106 RLE, which includes laboratory din, di ba? So yun, so dapat sanay sila na no? Sanay sila na mag perform ng BLS, ng ACLS, mag-detect for example ng of course you have your electrocardiogram, your ECG tracings, etc. So these are the components of the NCM 106. So at this point, let us now proceed about the course activity. So what are we going to expect for each of the courses that we will be handling? Okay, and I know I mentioned this to you that this flexible learning is a combination of independent learning and of course you have your synchronous sessions just as this one. So two-thirds of the time you're going to independently learn your modules, the different concepts in your modules that are prepared by your faculty members. Again, your modules, some of the modules will be unveiled every week, no? So, but some of the courses available na lahat yung mga modules, but for some, so it will be unveiled every week as we confirm some of the, of course, technical requirements. Okay, and for the instructor presence, we will be having Zoom sessions. Okay, so later I'm going to discuss the Zoom sessions. So you are, of course, required to attend our Zoom sessions. Don't worry kasi ang maximum lang natin would be 1.5 hours per week for each of the courses that you are taking. And yesterday, I discussed something about the data requirements. So you can now budget your data in terms of what should be the requirements for the courses that you are taking. Okay, so again, one way of looking at it is this one. So for independent learning, we will be utilizing more of our Canvas. For instructor presence, we will be using Zoom. So sa ating synchronous session, Zoom ang gagamitin po natin. So let me of course remind you again guys that every Sunday, so prior to the succeeding week, so every Sunday we are going to post announcements. Okay, so don't worry, we are going to remind you on what do you need to accomplish for each and every week for each of your courses. So make sure that you are checking the announcement section in your Canvas every Sunday night because we will be posting, of course, advisories, including the links of the Zoom sessions that we're going to have. Okay, we will not be using Google Hangouts. We will not be using, of course, Google tawag dito, Google Groups for that, but we will be using what you call the Zoom applications for the Zoom sessions. Okay, so for NCM 106, we will be using all Zoom kasi mas madali siyang gamitin. Okay? At mas maganda ang mga features niya as compared with the other video conferencing platform. So these are some of the reminders that we would like everyone to hear. Okay, so number one, you need to download your Zoom application in your laptop or smartphone. So make sure that you have the Zoom applications on your laptop or smartphones para mas mabilis na siya. So, ang mangyayari would be, we're going to post the registration every Sunday for each of the courses. So, make sure that you register early. The cut-off of the registration would be midnight, a day prior to synchronous class schedule. So, for example, if your schedule for oncology nursing would be Wednesday, the deadline for registration is 12 midnight. Okay? So make sure that you register for that because we don't want some students to register while the Zoom session is ongoing. Okay, although we have Mr. Joseph Vital to help us in the technical aspect of our Zoom sessions. So we would like your students to become more responsible. So if your session is by tomorrow, the deadline is 12 midnight a day, 1 day prior. Okay? So, mas maganda, once you receive the announcement and you see there the link, you register already. But make sure that you are using OLFU Gmail. Because if you will not use your OLFU Gmail, so your registration for the webinars will not be approved. So, this is one way of protecting you guys. Okay? So, making learning exclusive for those who are enrolled to the university. And for security purposes then, di ba? For example, right now, nowadays, we have some Zoom bombings. Okay? May mga Zoom bombings tayo showing mga indecent acts online, ganyan. So, we would like to prevent that by approving only those students who registered using their OLFU Gmail. And to remind everyone, your OLFU Gmail has an extension of @fatima.edu.ph. So don't use your other email addresses. Okay, so at this point, so lahat ng applications natin, ang gagamitin natin for the students, so you should be using your OLFU Gmail. And we need to observe proper etiquette. So we need to observe proper etiquette o yung tinatawag nating netiquette. So this is how a Zoom looks like, a Zoom window looks like. So below you have the reactions. So you can react whether you want to thumbs up or to clap. So you have there, we can give you polls. Sometimes we're going to do breakout sessions if we have group activities online. So you can also chat. So trolling is not allowed. So you are not allowed to do trolling. For example, sending the same messages multiple times in the chat room. Okay? So chatting with your classmates privately in the chat room of Zoom. So kasi lahat yan ay recorded. So whenever you do personal chats, so everything is recorded. So we can check. Okay, so we can check each of the chats, even the private chats that you're doing while the session is of course ongoing. Okay, so you are allowed to turn on or turn off your microphones, pero during discussion, you are not allowed to interfere. Okay, in as much as we want you to see your faces, okay, so we should limit our microphone and videos on the time that we want to. So habang nagdi-discuss, pwedeng naka-turn on ang video, pero ang microphone, please turn it off to prevent some of the disturbances. Okay, so let's take a look at your Zoom schedules. So this will be your Zoom schedule for every week. Okay, as you can see here, so you can actually have a screenshot of this, but don't worry. So every Zoom session is recorded. So we're going to upload it on my YouTube page later. So your Zoom schedules are the following. So the yellow ones, these are for other levels. Because for example, Ma'am Sharon is handling NURES 1. So some sort of plotting the faculty schedules. Okay, for NURES 2, okay, so for the following sections, so you have Monday 10 to 11 for NELEC 2. So you have sections 1 and 2. So lahat ng orange, so all orange shaded cells, okay, or boxes are allotted for NCM 106. Okay? So NCM 106 yung lahat ng mga naka-orange. Okay. So, uh, make sure to plot your calendars every week because this will be your regular schedules. For 107, that is in blue. So you don't need to consider that. So only consider those that are in orange. Okay? So this will be your synchronous schedules. So as you can see here, we plotted it for 1 hour, but we can have maximum of 1.5 for every course that you are taking. Okay? And we can also schedule additional sessions if needed. Okay? But the average schedules for your Zoom would be from Monday to Saturday. So make sure that you're going to plot all your calendars because it's the average schedules per week. So again, for Zoom sessions, we need to follow what we call the NFOS. So we created this at the university management level. So these are the team, including our university president, Dr. Caroline Enriquez, who actually helped us finalize our NFOS, or what you call the netiquette for netiquette for OLFU students. And when we say NFOS, the university set some policies on digital behavior, and this is inspired by the Republic Act 10175 or Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. So Intellectual Property Code, Republic Act 10173 or Data Privacy Act, and inspired also of our student handbook. So for specifically the provisions 4.8 and 5.12. So I'm going to run through some of the most important uh, items in the NFOS of the university. Okay? So for example, students will create their respective profiles or on teacher-designated platform for online session. And again, for NCM 106, it's Zoom. So make sure you use your OLFU G Suite credential. Okay, complete your names. Okay, you need to change your handle at Zoom with your complete name. Okay, not aliases. You don't need to use your aliases. Okay, so sometimes, okay, so you need to upload your most recent photo, but for Zoom, no needed. Okay, and the teacher deserves the right to validate the identity of the participants. If you validate that you are not supposedly not should be not inside this Zoom session, so we can remove you from the participants. And listen to this, guys. Misinterpretation, swapping of identities, body attendance, or any form of fraudulent impersonation are strictly prohibited. So meaning you cannot designate others to attend for you, and this will be subject to extreme penalties as essayed in the Code of Conduct of the university. Okay? And you are not allowed to do private things if you are doing Zoom sessions. For example, eating and drinking. So siguro pwede yung mga light snacks lang, no? So but of course if you are eating a full meal during so we are not recommending that. So how about on promptness? So some of the common issues namin with the students is in terms of promptness. So for example, we already started our webinar and you will be entering the room. Okay, if you will be entering the room late, so we require the students to be online 5 minutes before the designated start of the session. Okay? So as we start the session, mapapansin natin, so we have the countdown and we have the opening videos. Okay? So this is the time wherein we accept students, okay, entering. Okay, so usually this is 5 minutes after the official start or of the schedule. So please only enter within that time. As much as possible, you enter 5 minutes before the designated start of the session. Okay? Kasi it really bothers our technical team if the teacher is discussing and we are allowing students to enter even within the duration of the session. Okay, on video feeds and attire, students must be in dress down attire during online classes. So when we say dress down, you have your upper clothing and lower clothing, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that na kapag may upper clothing kayo is okay na yon. So dapat syempre as much as possible meron kayong lower clothing, you have your shorts, you have your jeans, you have your pants with you, Okay? So the minimum requirement is decent short sleeve t-shirt. Okay, so dapat may sleeve yung t-shirt. Bawal yung mga sleeveless blouses, sandos, spaghetti straps, and distress shirts. Hindi sila, of course, acceptable. As much as possible, kita yung buong face nyo. And ngayon pa lang, mag-prepare na kayo ng name badge. Kasi for some of the sessions, we will be requiring your name badge for you to, so that we can identify that your video feed is of course you. Okay. So, for guys, wag na kayong magano, no? Wag na kayong magsasando, please, and yung mga sleeveless. Okay? Kung so if you want to float to flaunt your muscles, okay? So the Zoom session is not the perfect time for that. And definitely wag kayong mag-spaghetti strap, guys. Okay? Just kidding. Okay, so some of the students are asking, "Sir, would it be okay to have yung ring light?" Okay, bibili daw siya ng ring light from my private chat. Okay, bibili daw siya ng ring light para mas makita daw yung face niya. That is not actually required. Yung light nyo sa bahay, as long as we can see your faces, so okay na yon. Huwag kayong mananakot. Okay, yung parang, for example, shadow lang yung nakikita namin sa inyo. Okay, so please provide a good light for so that we can identify your face. And again, a ring light is not required. Okay, hindi naman kasama ang looking fresh or freshness sa inyong exam. Okay, hindi kasama sa grading system ang freshness. Okay, on microphones, a participant will always have his or her mic on mute and will only unmute when it's time for him or her to speak. Okay. So additional on speaking, kailangan if you want to speak within the presentation, you can raise your hand kasi may raise hand button. Can we try that, guys? Can you please click on raise hand? Can you click on raise hand? Okay. Very good. So we see students raising hands already. Okay, yan. So, tingnan natin if you are following instructions. Yan. So, you can actually raise hand during lecture discussions if you need something to if you need something to ask promptly, no? Okay. So, yon, and we will be identifying you. So, you are not allowed to screen share unless required by your instructors. And on chats, so again, off-topic exchanges are extremely discouraged because we are checking what you are doing in the group chat. Okay, I hope I made it clear. So ang enfos nyo that is uploaded in your Canvas as well. So these are the netiquette for our OLFU students. Okay, so at this point, let us now take a look about the course resources. Okay, so since we are online, so our main source of our resources would be our modules that are uploaded per week at our Canvas Learning Management System. So your per weekly module in your Canvas will not include only, of course, resources just like the one that you are seeing on your screen, but it may include also template. Okay, per week, there's course units. Per week, meron ding mga template na gagamitin natin sa mga course tasks. We also have assessment, and every week, we also have quizzes that you need to accomplish after each of the synchronous sessions. Okay, so there are times that we're going to link there some videos that might be useful for your learning process. Okay, so just some sort of a warning. So sharing of university intellectual property resources is prohibited. So that includes the content of your modules, so allowing someone to access your Canvas, okay, sharing contents of the templates, yung binibigay ng professors natin online. So we also need to comply with data privacy, okay? So we also need to comply with data privacy. We are not posting pictures if these are not of course, approved by the students, because we need to follow the Intellectual Property Code from the Republic Act 8293. So if you incurred to share the resources of the university outside, so pwedeng meron tayong penalties for them. Okay, so using copyrighted contents is illegal. So what do I mean by copyrighted contents? Now that there's pandemic, a lot are downloading illegal ebooks. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of students downloading illegal uh, ebooks. And you know what? These are not fair to those authors and publishers who are working hard to produce these ebooks. So using copyrighted contents is illegal. And in terms of your course requirements, no, are we going to require you several books? Okay, for as much as possible, we don't want to require you books that will add to yung ano nyo, yung burden nyo in terms of financially. And we are very lucky at Our Lady of Fatima University because using your Canvases, okay, your Canvas accounts, you can access the learning resources at our Learning Resource Center. So although we are not physically on campus, we can access online databases. And these are my two favorites ever since. So you have your Science Direct for those of you uh, who are doing their nursing research. Science Direct is very much useful, especially for your literature review and for your citations. And for those of you who are taking other courses, you can also access the EBSCO ebooks. So meaning, why are you going to download something illegal if you can legally access ebooks from our Learning Resource Center? So how can you access your Learning Resource Center resources? So from your Gmail accounts, di ba you have the waffle, the one that you're using to access your Canvas accounts. So meron din doon, there's an app there, there's an item there on the menu that talks about Science Direct and EBSCO, and of course, yung LRC. So when you click on the LRC icon, meaning Learning Resource Center of the university, so when you click on that, you will be directed into their website. And from there, so you can access our ebooks. Don't worry because we are going to integrate the link in our Canvas by next week. So that when you check your Canvas and you see there the entry on EBSCO ebooks. So you just click on that and automatically no need to log in because we are using single sign-on. So there's one key for you to access all of this, and that is your Gmail. You'd use your Gmail to access your Canvas, and you use your Gmail to access these databases. So for example, so let us take a look. Okay, so if you're going to visit EBSCO host subscription of our university, so it will look like this. Okay, so this is Fatima. Okay, so Our Lady of Fatima University page for EBSCO host. And the university is investing so much, actually millions, investing so much for these electronic resources. So you can type in their nursing, and you will not only see ebooks, but of course research articles as well. So for example, when I did my search, so I found out that for nursing research 2, there are 218 ebooks available for you from page 1 to the last page. So in terms of professional adjustment and management, there are 213 ebooks. And for acute biologic crisis, for critical care nursing, there are 37 ebooks. For oncology nursing, there are 73 ebooks that you can access anytime. So if you want to print it, so there's a feature there that you can print uh, uh, an average number of pages for personal use only. And for OBCL, since this is all about nursing in general, so there are 2,127 ebooks about nursing. So why bother yourself, for example, availing of those illegal ebooks if you can legally access this through our learning management system? So for example, when I did my search, so for example, critical care nursing, I saw a lot of useful books that you can use for your classes, especially those very comprehensive courses that you are taking: medical surgical, critical care nursing, or cancer nursing. So for example, this is one of my favorite one of my favorites, no? One of my favorites when I was a student, yung the incredibly easy ebooks, no? Series. So for example, for this critical care nursing made incredibly easy. So you can use this for ABC, and of course you have your oncology nursing also, and you can find there some of the mnemonics for you to fully understand. So what are some effective ways on how you can memorize some of the concepts for critical care nursing. So this is very helpful for you guys. So you better check it out. And when you click on, of course, nursing research, so there are lots of 218 ebooks about nursing research, including the Encyclopedia of Nursing Research. Okay, so you need to maximize these guys because, again, the university is investing so much for this. So there are some students who ask our university, oh, bakit may miscellaneous fee? Bakit may library fee? Hindi naman pupunta yung mga estudyante sa library. So the university is maintaining a lot of databases for you guys. So please maximize the use of it because these are included in your fees. And thousands of ebooks that you can use. You can download, and average pages you can print it for personal use if you're not used to electronic books, right? So you can print it on your own. And of course, how about the grading system? This is very much important. I think this is the concern of everyone. So our grading system for NCM 106 in general would be the following. Okay, so this is for lecture courses. Okay, so for course task, so what are course tasks? So course tasks, these are the assignments given by your instructors every week. So again, I'm repeating, every Sunday, your instructors will post an announcement at Canvas on the things that you need to accomplish for the following week. So meaning, we will be including explicitly there the course tasks that you need to accomplish. So that will comprise half of your grade. Okay, examination is 30%. And as previously experienced, in our university, in our College of Nursing, we have 3 major examinations, the prelim, midterm, and finals. And this will be divided, the 30% will be divided into these exams. 10% prelims, 10% midterm, and 10% finals, total of 30% for examination. And for quizzes, so after every synchronous session, so we will activate your access for the quizzes. So make sure that you answer that. Okay, so that's 10%. Okay, 10% of your grade. And of course, your attitude and behavior, whether it be online, whether it be correspondence with your instructors, your activity at Canvas. We can monitor everything, including the number of minutes that you spend your time in Canvas. We can monitor that. Okay, and your behavior in social networking sites. Okay, so that is 10%. So if I'm a student, so one of the tips that I can give you is to look at the percentages and devote your attention to that particular item that comprises most of your grades. So as you can see here, course task is 50%. So you need to take your course task seriously because that comprises 50% of your grades. For examinations, okay, so tig to 10 ang examinations, okay? So for quizzes, 10% din siya, and for attitude, that's 10%. So if I were you, I'm going to focus on the course task, which is 50%. But of course, it will not give me enough reasons for me to disregard the others. So again, our passing standard in our university is 75%. What if I submitted my course tasks on time and these are all excellent? So if I get the 50%, I still be needing the 25% for me to pass. Okay, our examinations are scheduled. Examination weeks are scheduled. So we have prelim for the week 6, midterm for week 12, and finals for week 18. So for the examinations, we usually give between 30 to 50 item online examination using our Canvas learning management system. So we are maintaining a question database for that. And sometimes we do online proctoring. For some of the courses, we will be doing online proctoring. So you need to answer your examinations while you are on camera. For some of the courses, hindi naman lahat. Okay, so how about your course task? I mentioned that 50% of your course task, okay, 50% of your grades will be allotted for course task. So because of this, we need to be serious about your what you call academic integrity. As students, we want you to practice academic integrity because we want you students to be as empowered individuals. So previously, during the pre-COVID scenario, so we don't want you to cheat with other students, right? But now that we are in this COVID era, okay, so virtual cheating is also possible. Virtual cheating is also possible. So some of our experiences, for example, for the students, they are Googling, no? They are using Google in answering the exams. But mind you guys, most of the items there you cannot Google right away because we don't want you to Google, we want you to Google. Okay, you want you to Google. So when you say Google, you need to exert your effort. And most of your examinations are timed. For example, for one question, you need to spend only 1 minute for that. So if you really grasp that during your independent learning and during synchronous sessions, okay, so makukuha talaga yan, makukuha, okay? So even without checking on your notes, even without checking on Google, etc. So 1 minute is quite enough for you to answer each of the item. And just some sort of tip. Okay. So mostly of the questions that we're going to develop for your examination will be obtained from synchronous sessions. So meaning yung mga live sessions. So make sure that you attend because these are required. Why required? Because only 1 hour yan per course per week, right? So you need to attend those. So if you have problems, so please communicate with your instructors. And again, for you to review the contents of our synchronous sessions, we are uploading the synchronous sessions and reminding you of the link, okay, from the YouTube channel or of course for Canvas. So most of your course tasks, you need to submit paperworks. And because you need to submit paperworks, we take plagiarism seriously. So when we say plagiarism, okay, we want to prevent plagiarism. So plagiarism is the practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. So meaning copy and pasting, then after that, copy and pasting to Word, then submitting the course task to your professors. Okay, so we don't encourage that because if you copied it, so you might get 0 points for your course task for that. Okay, we want you to create your original work. And if there's a thing that you need to cite from websites, so please include nyo. But of course, we don't want to grade you. We don't want to assess you using the resources that you are copying and pasting, of course, online. So question, are your instructors able to detect if you are submitting items that you copied online? Yes, because our university since then subscribed to the Turnitin software. And this Turnitin software can process all of your submissions and identify to what website or resource you obtained the your submission. So for example, this was submitted by the student and based from our analysis, 90% are obtained from external sources, copy and pasting. And walang kawala kasi you have there the website where you obtained those answers to course task. Okay, but you know what guys, even without this Turnitin software, you know if you copied your submissions or not, right? So it's between you and God. Okay, amen. Okay, but for us to be able to assess really and to be fair to other students who are really doing their work, okay, doing essays for a certain nursing concept, etc., using their original thoughts, etc. So just to be fair to them, your faculty members will be using Turnitin. Okay. So how about time management? Now that you saw your schedules of Zoom, so you may now allot your time for independent learning and of course for your Zoom sessions. Okay, so for example, for nursing research, if that is 3 hours, so as you can see on our Zoom session, that is only 1 hour, maximum 1.5 hours. So maybe you can allot the 2 hours to um, identifying and analyzing the contents of your modules independently. Okay, so in time management, you need to set time limits for tasks. You need to keep everything organized. So again, for me, I'm maintaining a journal. I also have my calendar with me, my virtual calendar with me. So you need to identify also the course tasks. Since you are enrolled into several courses, might as well, you need to maintain a list of the things that you need to do. Okay, so just some tips from me. Okay, so always imagine that every day is a race. And when we say a race, you need to start at a certain point and you need to end at a certain point. So, of course, as you can see from your schedule, and for some of you, it's evident in your registration card. So, you have the time allotment for that. So, you maintain a calendar. So for example, majority of your classes will start at 8 or 9 a.m. So you put 8 a.m. as a start time. So when you say start time, dapat you're done with your early morning rituals for that. Nakapag-shower na, naka-eat na ng breakfast. So, and make sure that you are ready 5 minutes before the start time. Okay? And for the finish time, okay, usually it's 5, and for some of you we're taking CA1 and CA2, it's at night. Okay? So at night. So you need to consider the following: your sleep, your healthy breaks, your eating, recreation, productivity, and of course, productivity pattern. Okay, so we have a question here from Nastasia. Sir, paano po pag natagalan sumagot sa quiz, may limit lang po yung time? Kailangan po ba ipasa na agad? Hindi po ba pwede ma-extend yung time po? Okay, so the average allotment for each of the item is 1 minute. Okay? For example, if you have 10 items, you need to accomplish that for 10 minutes. But we will be considerate to you guys. Maybe for every item, we can add additional seconds or minutes for that. Okay? Sige. So we will be considerate for that. Maybe for a 10 item, you need to finish that for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So we're going to take a look at it. So make sure that you have internet connections during that time. So for some students, Doc, what if nag-brown out sa amin? Okay, so di ba you have your data with you? You have your data with you naman. Okay? So make sure that you have data for that. For example, for every online classes, although I have my Wi-Fi, okay, hinahanda ko rin yung aking data for the smartphones kasi you can link also your connections from your devices. Sir, paano po kapag nawala ng internet during nagki-quiz, maisi-save po ba yung mga sagot? Okay, so ganito kasi, for the Canvas, you need to click submit. Okay, you need to click submit for you to finish the quiz. But in most instances, if you lost your connection at the middle, your previous items, no? So your previous answered items will be there also. And if in case it disappeared, no? So I know you have ano naman, you have in your mind kung ano yung nasagot nyo for that previous items, right? Okay, so it's a matter of ensuring our internet connections that they should be good, especially during quizzes. We can give considerations to a certain extent, but please, guys, don't use some of this to as an excuse for not attending your classes or not taking your quizzes. Okay? So dapat maging responsible din tayo. Okay, kasi we need to maintain academic integrity among our students. We're not telling you that the students are going to cheat, but we would like to ensure that every standards are set to be fair to all students. Okay? Sige, we will be considerate for you. We will be considerate. Okay, so if you have any questions or if you need assistance, you can communicate with us. We will do our best to give you considerations to a certain extent, but also consider that we would like to make our virtual learning fair also to some students. Okay, so we want to make it fair. Okay, so another tip, since you are taking a lot of courses, I would advise that you use several tools for you to manage your time. So this is what I'm using. Okay, so this is what I'm using. So I'm using Trello. I'm using Trello for some of my tasks that I need to accomplish. So for Trello, this is an online application. This is free. Okay, this is free. So you can tailor fit this based on your needs. So you can have several columns there and you can input several tasks. So for example, for this example, the user is having 3 columns to do. You can input your to do items there. Then once you are currently doing that, you can move the cell into the current projects. And if you are done with your current project, you can push it on the done section. So this is one way for you to manage your time and to manage your deliverables, especially the course task. Kaya for example, Sunday, nag-note na or nag-notify na, nag-post na ng announcement yung aming instructor. So to do, I need to register. Okay, course task, I need to do this. So once you are doing that, i-move nyo na siya into current project kasi ongoing yung processing nyo for that. And once you are done with that, i-move nyo na siya dun sa done para talagang ma-identify natin kung paano tayo magmamanage ng ating time. Okay? Please use Trello. So this is very much effective. I'm using this because just like you, I'm a student. I'm taking my second PhD at Johns Hopkins University right now, and Trello is very much useful. Okay, so another tip, you need to reward yourself for every accomplishment. So it might be treating yourself to a snack that will be delivered, etc. O kaya, for me, for example, if I accomplish a certain task, okay, ang goal ko, kapag na-accomplish ko yan, pwede ako maglaro ng PlayStation for 30 minutes. So yon. So limit lang. So you need to be responsible. Okay, once I created this, for example, I completed this task, okay, I can watch it's okay not to be okay for one episode. Okay, o kaya once I completed my review for my examinations, I can watch Crash Landing on You for one episode. Okay? So please reward yourself because learning online can be both rewarding and enjoyable din naman. So you need to reward yourself for every accomplishment that you did for that week, for that grading period, or of course for that semester. Okay? So please reward yourself. Okay? So this may be as simple as giving yourself a treat. Okay? O kaya doing things that you outside study or of course with your family. Okay, we need to be balanced. We need to be balanced. But of course, you are students. Anything that you will learn during your student years might impact your professional practice in the future. Okay, so guys, at this point, I would like to remind again, for those of you who have not yet answered our survey for our OLFU lookbook, to please answer the survey. Okay, at the end of the survey, we have a consent there that says, I give consent in publishing this online. Okay? If you click yes, your entry will be included on the lookbook. If not, this will not be published. So we are 80% done with your lookbook. And your lookbook will look like this one. Very exciting because as you can see here, di ba? So some of you are not aware of their classmates. Hindi nakita, ano ba yung sure ng classmate ko na to? Di ba? Okay, ano ba yung mga interesting facts about sa kanya? So your lookbook will look like this. So again, ang deadline for this would be tomorrow at 12. Okay, the deadline for this would be tomorrow at 12. Okay, so because we want to publish it this weekend so that you will feel that sense of belongingness that you are really in a class because we have the official lookbook for you guys. Okay, so I think tomorrow we don't have our session kasi it's holiday. It's holiday tomorrow. So by later this evening, once we confirm, we are going to cancel our session for tomorrow, yung ating seniors concierge. So if you have questions or personal questions, no, O kaya, if you want to have your inquiry confidential, you can send an email through Canvas to your instructors if you have questions for that. Okay? So at this point, we are now ready to answer any questions that you want to advance. Okay? I hope I made myself clear in terms of discussing to you the course requirements for this semester for NCM 106. Okay? Any questions? So, faculty and clinical instructors, okay, can you come in? Okay, sir, kailan po yung next session? Okay, yung third session natin, again, as mentioned, dahil tomorrow ay holiday, so we will just confirm and we will be canceling that. So when is your next session? Your next session would be next week. And this is now your individual Zoom sessions with your courses. Okay, so again, we're going to remind the students every Sunday on their requirements to be submitted for the upcoming week, including the Zoom registration links. Okay, so for this week, since this is week 0 or pre-boarding, so we have Schedule 1, Schedule 2, and Schedule 3. But next week, this will be totally different. You will be working now with your instructors for each of the courses. Okay. Next, sir, yung schedule po ba na pinakita nyo po, yun na po yung susundin? Yes. So as far as your schedules are concerned, so this will be the standard schedules for each of the week. Again, for the link for the Zoom sessions, we are going to remind the registration every Sunday for the upcoming week. So, but of course, there are some instances, for example, nagkaroon ng emergency with your faculty or nagkaroon ng emergency with some of the technicals. So, pwedeng magkaroon ng konting modification, very minor modification, but we will be making sure that we will be informing the students on the revised schedule. Okay? Then, the next week, balik ulit. Okay? So, any more questions, guys? So, any more questions? Okay, so we're waiting. We're waiting for questions. So if you don't have any questions, guys, so again, thank you for staying with us. Thank you for staying with Our Lady of Fatima University. Oh, we have another question here. Sir,
Doc, may PM ako.
Yes, kapag ino-open ko po yung link ng lookbook, you need permission po nakalagay. Okay? Paano po kaya ang gagawin? Okay, very good question. The reason why it says there, you need permission because you are logged in to a different email address. So you have your personal email and you have your OLFU Gmail. So what you're going to do is, first, use your open your Gmail, and when you see that it's not Fatima, you log out from that. Okay? Okay, you logged out from that. So when you saw you need permission, it means you are not logged in with your official Fatima email. So make sure that you are logged in with your official Fatima email before you access the link to the lookbook. Okay, so thank you, Jen. Okay, thank you, Jen. Okay, so we have Ma'am On, you have personal message for me? Okay, so
Sir,
yon. Okay.
yung kay
So
Jen yun.
Okay, yung kay Jen, you need permission because you are not logged in using your official email address. Okay? Naka-log in ka doon sa iba mong email, hindi ka pa nagla-log out. Kaya nakalagay doon you need permission. Guys, I hope you understand we need to make it exclusively to our students. Kasi what if, for example, there's a student not by Our Lady of Fatima University na nag-input doon sa ating lookbook. 'Di ba? Sinabutahi tayo ng estudyante ng external, for example. Makaka-access sila if we don't set restrictions such as this one. So make sure that you are logged into your OLFU Gmail. Okay. Any more questions? Okay. So for your EBSCO, for your EBSCO, this will be integrated in your Canvas. Don't worry because the courses that you're going to take, maglalagay kami ng link doon sa EBSCO within your Canvas. Okay? So within your Canvas, we will input there a link wherein you can automatically access the EBSCO website without logging in. Okay, because we're using, for those of you who are very much technical, we are using what we call the single sign-on. So meaning you're going to sign in only on one account and you can access all the accounts. And for Fatima, we are using Gmail. So once you access Gmail, you can access everything without, again, logging in. Sir, if nag-sign up na po ba kami sa lookbook, we can see our classmates right away or we need for confirmations. When you sign in dun sa ating lookbook, okay, magiging official entry ka na dun sa lookbook natin, which will be published this coming weekend. Okay? So kumbaga ba parang just to give some sort of a lighter side to learning, so your lookbook will be your reference on who will be your classmates, okay, taking the same level or the same course, right? We will be producing 3 lookbooks, 1 lookbook for nursing informatics, 1 lookbook for nursing for NCM 106, and 1 lookbook for NCM 107. Exciting to kasi para makita ko ito pala yung mga classmates ko. 'Di ba? So meaning kapag nag-login ka na, okay, meaning nag-sign up ka na, nag-submit ka na ng entry sa lookbook, you will be part of the lookbook. But of course, we edit some of the words here kasi meron tayong limit for each of the for each of the entry. Kaya sometimes i-modify namin at kapag nagsabi ng bad words, okay? So sometimes ini-edit namin siya. Okay? And as much as possible, we want it to to be we follow then yung sa data privacy. If you click yes that it will be included on the lookbook, we will publish it. But if not, it will not be included. Okay. Sir, pwede po ba mag-re-enter or mag-re-edit ng entry sa lookbook? Okay, at this point, may I ask Joseph? Joseph, our setting for the lookbook, they can only answer once?
Yes, for right now.
Okay, right now you can only answer once. Okay, you can only answer once. Okay? Ano po yung babaguhin, yung motto? Okay. Siguro we can just post it on our on our Facebook if you change your motto and others. Okay? So yung picture natin, so sa yung iba medyo sinensor namin. Okay? Kasi medyo siya. Okay lang 'yon. Okay lang 'yon. Okay lang maging curious, guys, and we want you to be curious as well. Okay, so 'di ba? So super nice na merong parang tayong directory, tapos makikita niyo diyan yung mga classmates niyo although naka-mask sila. Okay, so you can see their their faces kahit naka-mask. Ito pala classmate ko pala 'to, ganyan. 'Di ba? Malay niyo dito niyo makita ang inyong the one, 'di ba? Dito niyo makita yung forever niyo. So, hindi natin maitatanggi, posible 'yan. Okay, because according to research, 60% ng couples ay na-meet nila yung kanilang partner somewhere in their school days. Di ba? Okay, so tingnan natin mga clinical instructors. For our clinical instructors, so sino dito yung classmate nyo, yung inyong husband? Wala, okay. So, so Doc, can I allow edit after submission? Doc, I can, okay. So, guys, kasi ongoing na siya, so we will be restricting lang dun sa 1 entry. Kasi kapag nagpalit ng palit, it will be very vigorous dun sa ating team na mag-edit ng mag-edit. Okay, so ito na yon Gemma. Yan, okay, so Gemma, yun na daw. Okay. Gemma yung partner ni Joshua. Okay, sige. So guys, if you don't have any questions, so again, you can communicate with us between 8 to 5 p.m. using your Canvas. Okay, you can just send us an email doon sa Canvas. You can send a chat to us. Please lang between 8 to 5. Wag po mag-go beyond 5 kasi of course, meron din mga personal lives ang mga instructors po natin, and just to make us more responsible for being on time.